got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, 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 don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Mike Hall.
Second and cool.
Mike Hall.
Mike.
Mike Hall.
Yeah.
Mike Hall. Give me first place, second that won't do for me.
Yeah.
I came to win, fuck I look like trying to lose, homie. Scared money don't make no what? Scared money don't make no money. Give me first place, second that won't do for me. I came to win, fuck I look like trying to lose, homie. Scared money don't make no what? Scared money don't make no money. Give me first place, I want it in the worst way. And fuck what the church say, they hating on the wordplay. They'd rather see me serve plates, I'm in a fucking rat race. Everybody a criminal, ain't no telling what that bad way. I'm stuck in my bad ways, rhymes pay, I'm here every day, feel like my birthday, not just once a year. I'm trying to win, fuck a loss, so I use everything I was taught. You got luck on your side, I got the man who carried the cross and the eye of the tiger. Not in hell but on fire, the game sold, I got buyers. Money talk, don't get tired, you like a nigga with no legs, I can't stand for the losing, I came to win in this bitch. Fuck I look like, homie, never scared, I'm everywhere the money at. If you hating on my money, Jack, kiss me where they never sunny at. I can't let you beat me easy, my nigga, that's no good. Going hard in the paint, put that shit on my hood. It's Tiger, man, give me first place, second that won't do for me. I came to win, fuck I look like trying to lose, homie. Scared money don't make no what? Scared money don't make no money. Give me first place, second that won't do for me. I came to win, fuck I look like trying to lose, homie. Scared money don't make no what? Scared money don't make no money. 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 This that hustle life, this that hustler's life, this what hustlers like, we keep our hustle tight. This that hustle life, this that hustler's life, this what hustlers like, we keep our hustle tight. When you see your moment, you go and get that, that's what hustlers do, plus we only trust in you. Different from them other dudes, I am not the same, I duck you out if I lose, and you tell me good game, cause only good if I win.
Yo!
I got a circle of friends that'll say it again.
Yo!
Get your money, get your money, get your money, huh? Get your money, get your money, get your money, huh? It's Tiger, man. Give me first place, second that won't do for me. I came to win, fuck I look like trying to lose, homie. Scared money don't make no
Boy, scared money don't make no money.
Give me first place, second that won't do for me. I came to win, fuck I look like trying to lose, homie. Scared money don't make no what? Scared money don't make no money.
Oh shit! What's up, fellas? Hold on, let me take Trump off. What a weekend, man! What a weekend, man! This weekend was freaking weird, man. What a weekend! What a weekend, man! All right, so let's talk some Bitcoin. Let's talk some crypto. So we are seeing Bitcoin get back above 60K, get back above our old range low, which is what we wanted to see. So that is really nice, right? Crazy day yesterday, obviously. I don't want to go too much into that, but crazy shit happened yesterday. Man, just a crazy weekend, man. Crazy weekend. What we got? Nukrol, Stark, Warren, Adrian, J-Boy, Skillful, Big Boy, Verhoofty, Flip, Jim, Easy, Jaden. What's up, everybody? What's up? What's up to all the positive peeps out there? Everyone keep a smile on your face, man. I'm seeing a lot of negativity already in the chat today. I don't understand why. We're going up. Why is everyone negative? I probably know why. I probably know why. Anyways, let's get it. Let's get it, man. All right, so let's talk some Bitcoin. Let's talk some altcoins, and let's talk some stuff. So, 60,860. It's a weekend pump, so I guess kind of like every weekend. Just be wary of the gap fill early next week, as it seems like we always try to do these little pumps on the weekends, then we go gap fill. So just be wary of any gap fill, right? If you're the type that wants to FOMO into these green candles, the time to FOMO was not here. The time to buy was when we were at extreme greed for 4 days straight at the lows. That was the time to be buying, as I put on my title 3 days in a row down here. I am scooping up some stuff because we're at extreme greed. So there you go, right? We get a nice little move up on some stuff. Well, we still got some work to do, right? We still got some work to do. I want to get a convincing close back above here, right? So let's get it. Wayne, you didn't get it. You didn't get a notification. You didn't get a notification. Oh, jeez, man. He didn't get a notification. It's ridiculous. Hey Zeus, was Bob in Pennsylvania? Oh my God. Too soon, man. Too soon. Bob was not in Pennsylvania. It's too soon, man. Jeez, dude. God damn.
Was Bob in Pennsylvania over the weekend? USA.
Oh, shit.
USA.
Anyways, guys, keep the political talk down to a minimum. We'll talk about some stuff later on. Obviously, there's some stuff that still kind of pertains to crypto a little bit, so we'll talk about some of that in a little bit. But first, let's go over, before we get over the charts. I like to kind of go over what is kind of going on here. But we're going to talk a lot about charts today and stuff like that, because we actually have a lot of things to talk about today, which is good, right? It's good for once. Obviously, the big thing is getting back above 60K. That was kind of the big thing for me. Oh my God.
The daily close.
It's not the daily close yet, but cool. We're gonna play it anyways. Getting it back above 60K was the big thing, right? Previous range lows, also breaking this little downtrend of resistance, right? That was kind of a double whammy right there. So far, so good. Bitcoin reclaims back above. If you bought the extreme fear down here, you're already doing pretty good. Some altcoins are doing pretty good today. You've gotten some nice bounces off the lows on some good altcoins. Good job if you bought the fear. That's why you buy when the fear and greed index is at extreme fear. You had about 3 days to realize that there was extreme fear in the market. The market went from cope, right? We talked about the altcoin cleansing for about 5 weeks. A lot of people disagreed the first 4 weeks. No, Jordan, you're wrong. It's not going to happen. We're not going to get an altcoin cleansing. You're stupid, right? Altcoins get rinsed. And then this last week, right? Now everyone starts to agree. No, we can't go up. No, it's over. 40K Bitcoin, right? Now you get the opposite, right? And that's the time you want to be buying. That's the time where you want to step in. And that's why I changed my attitude I would say I changed my attitude the last like 5 or 6 days, right? Into being a little bit more bullish on stuff and saying it's a good time to DCA and add into stuff that if you weren't already, right? So extreme fear. Whenever the Bitcoin or whenever the fear and greed index is an extreme fear, that is always a good time to at least DCA into stuff. If at the bear market lows you're at extreme greed, it's a good time to like kind of do lump sum buys. But if you're already kind of up, it's a good time to DCA into stuff. So good stuff there, right? Nice little bounce. And why is this happening, right? Why is this happening this weekend? Bitcoin decides to do it this weekend. Well, obviously you guys saw the news yesterday, right? I don't want to comment on it too much, but obviously, unless you live under a rock, Donald Trump, right, former president, probably going to be the next president, was attempted assassination on him. Okay, pretty crazy. It's crazy shit, right? And then I don't know what happened, man. Bitcoin like pumped at the same time. I don't know what it was, but it's probably a coincidence, right? To me, it was in the charts. We've been talking about it for the last few days, right? We talked about how many times? Scoop a ton of GPOs at the lows. Let's go, Beezy. Proud of you, man. I'm proud of you, man. Good job scooping the fear. But, kind of like we talked about, it was in the charts, man, right? We had lower lows on price, right? We went over this for 5 days straight. I felt like a broken record. We had lower lows on price, and we had higher lows on the RSI, right? That is daily bullish divergence. And we talked about this every stream. That's the last two times we had daily bullish divergence on Bitcoin marked the lows on BTC, right? We also had it right here in August and September. We had lower lows on price. Let me zoom in a little bit so you guys can see. We had lower lows on price, higher lows on the RSI, right? That was the low on BTC before we pushed higher. We also had it here at the FTX lows, where we had lower lows on price, higher lows on the RSI. That was the bottom. Bitcoin pushed higher, right? So this is the third time we've seen this on Bitcoin's uptrend, right? People will blame, this news, that news, but to me, it was already in the charts. Another daily bullish divergence just playing out. Nothing too crazy, right? So that's where that. But why else could this be happening, right? Well, we talked about this a few times. The Russell, which is the small cap stocks, right, has been doing horrible for the last 3 years, okay? It's pretty much only been the big tech that's been pumping. Why is the Russell going up bullish for crypto? Well, that means people are willing to take risks, okay? People are willing to buy small cap stocks, which is also kind of linked into crypto because crypto is a little bit more on the risk side, right? So people are starting to take risks. The Russell had a massive week, breaking above pretty much a 3-year high on the Russell, okay? So you're seeing that go up last week and breaking out. Why is this? Why are people getting a little bit horny and going into risk on mode? Well, now, right, all of a sudden, there's a 95% chance that the Fed will cut rates in September, okay? 95% chance, right? So you're seeing people front run this a little bit. Now, we always said the rumor of the rate cuts is bullish, right? So people expecting a rate cut is the bullish thing. So 95 expected rate cut in September. That gives us about a 2-month window until that rate cut, all right? So I'm expecting to see some risk on in that time as people get horny and, right, oh my God, they're going to cut rates. People FOMO into shit, and then we'll see what happens after that. The other thing is, right, before we get into more charts, Trump, despite getting his ear knocked off and turning into Iron Man, he literally was Iron Man, Trump reportedly in good spirits and will still attend the Nashville Bitcoin conference. This is interesting to me. This would seem like something normally he would be like, okay, I'm not going to that anymore, whatever. But he's still going to this, which is July 25th. In 10 days, Trump will be at the Bitcoin conference. All right. I feel like if Trump goes there and says something crazy like why would he go to the Bitcoin conference, right? Obviously he wants to get votes, but he's already said he's pro crypto. Like, he doesn't really have to go here. If he could say something crazy, man. Imagine if he says something crazy. Like, I'm gonna. He already says he wants to get rid of the Federal Reserve. I don't know if he's actually gonna do that shit, but so he said that. Imagine if he says something crazy like something around Bitcoin in the United States, like legal tender or reserve asset. I don't know, but imagine if he says something crazy. I don't know. Could be cool. But that's in 10 days. The other good thing is, right, the German government is out of Bitcoin. They're actually not out of Bitcoin. They have $310 left of Bitcoin, right? They've actually bought in $300 worth of Bitcoin. Maybe they'll be able to get a new TV now when Bitcoin hits 100K. They can get a new TV. They'll probably have about $500 worth of Bitcoin. New TV for the German government. So everyone give a round of applause to...
Strap up, we're going to the moon.
The German government. Yeah. All right. So yeah, that's good. And the other thing is, just one more news thing. One of the more prominent figures in crypto, Justin Sun. A lot of people track his transactions. A lot of the time he does get things pretty good with his wallet. Justin Sun did add $50 million worth of Ethereum this weekend. What does he know? Okay, what does he know? He added, to be exact, $46.03 million worth of Ethereum from Binance into his wallets. What does he know? All right, so Justin Sun is, I guess, getting ahead of maybe the ETH ETF going live this weekend, especially with Bitcoin breaking back into the range. Some good stuff, man. All right, so anyways, that's new stuff. I think there's some good stuff going on, good stuff to look forward to. But back to the charts. Say it in the Trump voice. I will make Bitcoin the world reserve asset. Okay? No more Federal Reserve. Bitcoin, the US dollar will be backed by Bitcoin from here on out. Imagine, dude. Oh my God. That would be crazy. But anyways, back to BTC. We talked about Bitcoin getting back above not only 60, but also 61. Basically getting above this whole box, which is really, really nice. No matter the short-term shit, right? We could talk about the CME app. Maybe we go fill the CME app still. We still could. I'm not too worried about the short-term, though, guys. As far as the high-term time frames, right? We talked about a little bit about this yesterday. Basically, I think Bitcoin is setting up for its fifth wave, which I think will be Bitcoin's final wave to the upside. But this final wave should be the biggest and most explosive, if it's anything like previous bull markets. The fifth wave is usually the most bullish, usually the most steep, and usually the most exciting. So usually, right, so if we just look at this Elliott wave, right, this was the first wave, then we had the second wave correction, then we had the third wave, then we had the fourth wave correction, looking for that fifth wave. I don't know how high it's going to go, right? Does it go to 85? Does it go to 100? Does it go to 154? These are all important fib levels. I don't know where it's going to go, but I also think that this fifth wave is setting up, and I want to be positioned for it, man. So for me, my strategy is I plan on holding most of my Bitcoin, but as far as Bitcoin goes up, right, selling off my altcoins on the days where the fear and greed index goes back into greed, extreme greed, right, and we still sell off the altcoins on Bitcoin's way up. And yeah, that's really that. I think, like I said, I think this fourth wave, maybe, we talked about this yesterday, like maybe Bitcoin still goes lower, whatever. But I think if you can stomach this pullback, right, I do think that this fifth wave is coming up for BTC, however how high it goes, right? However high it goes. So that's really BTC. Altcoins. Let's talk about altcoins real quick. Altcoins almost back above their box too. So we talked about this box for altcoins. The reclaim above this box would be really, really, really nice for the altcoins. And could the altcoins just be setting up one big sort of nice, perfect descending channel, which also can be a longer term bull flag, right? As maybe this is the first wave, second wave, and could the altcoins be preparing for that third wave? Time will tell. But so far, so good, right? But as always, right, as much as we love the altcoins, what do we need to see first? We need to see Bitcoin lead the way. The good thing today, okay, is we want to see this. This is what we want to see, all right? We want to see days until Bitcoin breaks the all-time high. What we want to see is Bitcoin moving up and Bitcoin dominance also going up. And we're seeing that perfectly today, right? So we want to continue to see Bitcoin lead. Let Bitcoin break through all-time highs. That's how you're going to get the sideliners and the retail investors that aren't in the market. That's how you're going to get them horny, is Bitcoin getting through the highs. The only way we're getting Bitcoin through the highs is if Bitcoin leads the way, all right? So perfect the last 2 days. We've seen Bitcoin move up. We've also seen Bitcoin dominance move up those 2 days. Let's get Bitcoin dominance to have that final push up into this trend line that we've been watching for a long time, having patience for it. And when Bitcoin dominance hits this trend line, then hopefully what that indicates is Bitcoin breaking through its highs, and then the altcoins have their day, all right? Hypothetically, all right? So I think everything's kind of playing out nicely there. So yeah, that's what we got on that. And yeah, Bitcoin dominance is doing what we want to see. Ethereum, obviously this is the week that's rumored for the ETH ETF, okay? We're seeing ETH move up, right? Just like the rest of the market. But we're seeing ETH get a nice move up here going into that. We'll see how it plays out, right? I'm not going to make any guesses on what's going to happen for ETH. I think at the end of the day, ETH's just going to follow Bitcoin. And if the ETH ETF inflows are more than people expect, which I wouldn't be surprised because Bitcoin's inflows were more than people expected, right? People were thinking, including myself at the time, that Bitcoin's inflows were going to be so small. It's going to take a while for it to get big. We've already seen what? I think it's like $60 billion inflowed into Bitcoin already. If ETH even gets 10 to 15% of that, it's going to be more than people expect. And ETH is going to fly up just like Bitcoin did post its ETF. All right. So ETH also getting to move up right off the lows. So good stuff on that. Now, I told you, right? My ETH beta play is Wojak, right? Wojak having a nice day today, by the way. Just want to shout it out. Up 20% on Wojak today. Wojak is my ETH beta play. So if ETH ETF goes well, I think Wojak will do very, very well. If ETH ETF does horrible, Wojak will get trounced. Let's see. But willing to take a risk on it. So let's see how Wojak does. But let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go. Anyways, that's mostly it for today, man. I think what I want to do today is, you know, we're looks like we're going to get a strong close. For a little bit, I was like, okay, maybe this sells off before the weekly close, but it looks like we're actually going to get a strong close, still above 61,000. We're actually still pushing up, 61,071 at the moment. So let's get it, man. Let's get it, man. I'm playing it. I'm playing it. I'm playing it again.
You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up.
Come on.
Don't you know? Pump it up. You got to pump it up, don't you know? Pump it.
I will say, though, before I play this, like we talked about when we were down here, majority of crypto Twitter was super, super bearish, calling for 43K. This is the point where if we can hold above here, this is the point where all those people who de-risked, right? So what happened was, right, on this weekly, on the daily, look at the daily chart. A lot of what happened right here is Bitcoin broke down from this low. A lot of people de-risked.
Checking out our meme coin.
Right?
We
Pretty
have
much
had
at the
good
low.
last couple weeks. Dollar upon so.
A lot of people de-risked, right? So they sold majority of their stuff on these two candles right here when Bitcoin broke down. And this is why, like, sometimes breaking down from ranges is not the point where you de-risk. Because, like, a lot of people de-risk right here, all right? Now this is the point where all those people who sold down here, pretty much at the bottom, because of all the FUD and because people thinking we're going to go to 44, 43K, this is the point where they're all going to FOMO back in. And I said this on Twitter today. I said, you know, back when we started talking about the altcoin cleansing, I was getting a lot of hate. You know, no way we can go down. No way, no way, no way. And if you saw the last two streams, we had actually the lowest amount of viewers ever, actually. It was even lower than when I first started streaming the last 2 days. And it was a perfect signal. All I saw with people thinking the market's going to go lower, right? And that was the perfect time to flip bullish. And what I've realized recently is the market is really a mental game, man. And I've really noticed it, you know, when I talk about something in the chat and majority disagree with me, it's probably going to be right. I know when I was bullish the last 2 days, I could tell by the viewership numbers and what people were saying in the chat. They didn't agree, right? And here we go. Now we're heading back up. So it's a psychological game, man. So now what we're going to do is as Bitcoin comes up, we still could fill the CME gap. So, like, this is not short-term stuff. We still could come down here again and fill the gap and then bounce. But when as Bitcoin rolls up on the high time frames, now we're going to watch for greed again, okay? So we're going to watch the fear and greed index, right? We're still in fear at the moment, but we're going to watch this as this turns into neutral and greed, and especially extreme greed, all right? What we're going to do now is simply wait for it to get to greed and extreme greed. And especially when it's an extreme greed, I'm going to put a little feeler out there again,
Jordan,
right? And
zero away
I'm going to
sauce.
say, guys, if we're in extreme greed, I don't think I like the way the market is. And if I just see in the chat, just, Jordan, no way, we're going way higher, man, I'm going to call for the altcoin cleansing again, all right? And we're going to do it again, right? But I do think that Bitcoin, like I said, I've been very adamant. I haven't really switched my view too many times, and my view still. A lot of people changing their view on Bitcoin. My view still stands. Bitcoin will top this year. That is my guess, and it will be off the hype of the stock market, and it will be off the hype of what Trump is going to do with crypto when he gets in office. I still stand by that. I think Bitcoin will top in this cycle this year, and this last fifth wave will be insane. Okay, heading towards the end of the year. All right, still stand by it. Still stand by it. All right, and this fifth wave, when Bitcoin breaks out from all-time highs, that's going to be when altcoins go absolutely berserk. All right, and I still stand by that. So, man, let's get going, right? Like I said, I think the best indicator, and someone said it yesterday, the best indicator was the low viewership numbers on the stream the last 2 days, right? Because no, I get it, like people are bored, but it wasn't that low before I went on vacation before 4th of July. It was still high, super low the last 2 days. Best indication when you combine it with everything else. So. Good stuff, guys. Good stuff. Let's get it. And yeah, that's really it for today. I can ramble on forever, but I'm not going to. As far as altcoins, what I've learned recently as well is I'm going to tell you what I'm buying. I'm not going to tell you what I'm buying because there's no upside to that. I could tell you guys I'm buying a coin. It can go up 5x. And then as soon as it has a bad day, you're going to go, oh my God, Jordan, why did you tell me to buy this coin? Even though it's already up 5x. There's no pro in telling you what altcoins I'm going to buy. All right? So I'm just not going to do that. I'll tell you when I'm buying, but not what specific things I'm buying. There's no upside to that. It's just pointless. It's honestly just pointless, to be quite honest. We need a YouTube viewership index. The kid said he's calling a top in 2024. I am. I haven't swapped for him. People keep flip-flopping. Up here, people agreed with me. Down here, no, Bitcoin's going to top in 2025. Now watch. As Bitcoin gets back to the highs, people are going to be saying top in 2024. I have not changed my mind one time. Not one time on that. Watch. We get to 71K. People are going to say, wow, maybe Bitcoin could top this year. Just watch. Just watch. Fun fact, the next president is pro-Bitcoin. At least we hope so, Wayne. We hope so, right? We hope so, Wayne. I want to be an optimist with that because you know I love Bitcoin. I want to be so optimistic with that, but I have to also remember Trump was very anti-crypto when he was in office last time, okay? Besides like some of his like NFTs, he was very anti-Bitcoin when he was in office last time. So I want to believe, but I need to see proof first. I want to see what he says at this Bitcoin conference. Because like he said, like, oh yeah, we want to make the US the home for Bitcoin. I want to see what he says at the Bitcoin conference. And I want to see some proof that this is the case, all right? Because words are a lot. Words are a lot. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm sweating balls, man. I was sweating balls when I'm sitting over here. I think it's the computer. No, I think it's the computer. Yeah. If the president isn't pro-crypto, then we dump. No, I'm positive about Trump doing good stuff with crypto. I want a little bit more confirmation because these guys can say whatever they want to say. You know what I mean? That's what the doubters said about Jesus. I mean, it is what it is. Jordan, you need to come to the Nashville for the Bitcoin conference? No, man. I don't like those conferences, man. I think sometimes they're kind of cringy, to be honest. Actually, the Bitcoin ones aren't cringy. The altcoin ones, though, can get a little cringy. Especially like when I saw that Solana conference with all those dudes. It was all guys just like going. It's like, I'm good, bro. I am good to go into a sausage fest. All right? I ain't going to no sausage fest conference. Now, I will tell you this. Okay? If there's a Wojak party, I'm there. I'm there at the Wojak party. I am there. You know what I'm saying? Shit. What's our next price target? I'm not gonna get price targets, man. Price targets. Let's just focus on getting somewhere. Like, let's just focus on calling somewhere near the lows, right? For the altcoins, like, I think for altcoins, the key is just calling somewhere close to the low, right? You don't need to time it exactly. Now for the altcoin market, as we see some of this stuff actually get pretty decent moves up, now what we want to do is we want to call somewhere close to the highs. We don't need to be perfect. We just need to look for the signs, right? The signs are always there. Usually they're there in hindsight. Last time it was the celebrities coming in and getting their, you know, heads tatted with Solana and all this shit. The signs will be there. All right. So if Bitcoin's going to move up from here, altcoins move up. At every top, there is signs of the top. Okay. So what I assume is if we see Bitcoin do this fifth wave, wherever this goes, wherever it goes, somewhere in here, there's going to be signs. Okay. Obvious signs of a top, right? It's going to be, you know, some huge celebrity like Elon Musk coming in. There's going to be a country that adopts Bitcoin. There's going to be it's going to be something. It's usually something that's obvious. I don't know what it's going to be. I think what it could be, you want to know my honest take? I think what it could be is the top could be like the oh, thank you for getting me the fan mosh. I just noticed that you got me. Yeah. I think what could be the top signal this time is actually a non-Bitcoin and ETH ETF, right? Where it gets like the ETFs kind of like, there's like too many of them, so there's not enough money to go around between all the ETFs. That kind of could be it, I think, right? You see the Bitcoin ETF, Bitcoin pumps, ETH ETF, ETH pumps, and then something else gets an ETF, right? Whether it's Solana, XRP, Chainlink, whatever that gets the ETF, I probably will guess that's going to be somewhere near the top. Because that's probably when all people are going to be like, oh my God, altcoins are getting ETFs. Yeah! Right? And then that's going to be somewhere near the top for the altcoins. That's my guess. But for now, it is what it is. Lil Pump almost at... Oh, did we almost take out Lil Pump? Lil Pump short, man? We got to take out Lil Pump short. Where's Solana? Where's Sol? Where's Sol? Where's Sol? Where's Sol? Let's look at Sol real quick. I don't want to look at too many individual altcoins, guys. Once again, I want to be focused on this channel of just trying to catch the bigger moves and not like being like, okay, we got this altcoin. We're at 146. The target is 152. Who gives a shit? I think Solana's... I think Lil Pump's liquidation was... I forget what it was. Anderson, you could probably tell me. I know it was like somewhere close to here. Because he shorted like right here. It went down. He was in profit. If he's still in it, it's got to be close. We got to hit 150. I mean, if we get one more little move up on Bitcoin, Sol will probably go to 150. Sol is right at resistance though. Right? Remember last time we hit this resistance? So Sol technically actually it's above. Technically it is above. So let's give Sol some due because it is above the resistance. Let's take out Lil Pump. Oh shit. I want to take out Lil Pump. The guy with that. Jordan, they're having fun without me. I sold the low. I was fearful. Oh my God, man, I sold the bottom on Bitcoin. It was so scary, man. The Germans were selling. Oh my God, man, the Germans. We were supposed to dump to 44K. Oh shit. That's good stuff. That's good stuff. Let's hear the old pump song. You guys like that old pump song? All right, let's hold off. Let's hold off. We'll play the old pump song. Let's zoom in on BTC. So we're about to get the weekly close in 28 minutes. If Bitcoin could come up and take out this high on stream, which I honestly, right? I mean, we've had such low volatility for so long. We're due for some volatility, man. We're due for some volatility. Like, I think we're all so conditioned recently that like Bitcoin can't move. Like, it moves so slow that a lot of us forget, like, if Bitcoin gets bullish, how fast that shit moves. I say this every time, like, Bitcoin has a run. Like, it goes from everyone's bored and thinks that Bitcoin's a slug, and then all of a sudden Bitcoin starts moving like a freaking rocket ship. So, like, I know this seems like a big move, but it's really not. It's really not. If Bitcoin can get back above 61,423, you know what? If Bitcoin can get back above 61,423, we will play the pump scene. You know how long it's been since we played the pump scene? It's been a long time since we played the pump scene. You know? I want to do it, though. I want to do it. Let's check total 3. Total 3. Total 3 is trying to go for it, man. It's still in the box, but it's trying to get back above that box. Total 3 is trying to go for it. Oh my god, here comes Solana. We're going to take out Lil Pump. Dude, no, honestly, if we take out Lil Pump, hey, two conditions we play the pump scene. Either Bitcoin takes out this high, or we're going to have bearish divergence, so like it could take out the high and dump. But either Bitcoin takes out this high, or we take out Lil Pump, right? We'll take out 150. We take out 150 on Sol, we also play the pump scene. That's the deal. That's the deal. That's the current deal. But I would love to take out Lil Pump. I think that was also like, that's also another one of the bottom indicators that we had, is like we had celebrities starting to short. Like that was another one of the most obvious signals. Lil Pump started to short Solana after getting it tattooed on his head. Like, I don't think it could have been more obvious. All right, let's see. Bitcoin is moving up. 61,200. Solana 148.40. We're watching them both like a rock. Man. Let's see. What do we... 62... Yeah, we're not going to go that high. I was like, I love if we get a bullish engulfing on the weekly. We're not going to pump that much. Fat pump. We got a lot of pumpage right now. A lot of things that were just that we talked about this the other day, is a lot of things in the last week that we talked about, you know, probably get some points to DCA into stuff. A lot of things were just at like the bear market lows, man. A lot of things were at bear market lows, which it was, I mean, you still might get another hit to the downside, but like a lot of these were at bear market lows, set up perfectly for like DCA buys. I mean, we can go through a lot of them, man. All right, all getting decent bounces so far at. This is why, like, even if it breaks down, you're usually going to get a decent bounce on some of these. You've already seen like 30-40% bounces off on a lot of these coins. Chili's, all the ones that are at the bear market lows. Even Cosmos is moving up. Like, what the frick? You know, if Cosmos is moving up, like, shit's getting real. Tezos. All these ones that hit bear market lows. Litecoin's actually getting a pretty nice bounce. But let's see. We want Bitcoin to lead. At the end of the day, altcoins are great. I got altcoins, but I've been in this space long enough to know that if we're gonna do anything, we need Bitcoin to lead the rally. All right? We need Bitcoin to lead the rally. So we need Bitcoin moving up, and we need Bitcoin dominance also moving up which is what we got today, actually, which is nice. Which is really, really nice. Zcash. Yeah, Zcash. Yeah, dude, even XRP. XRP, I forgot to mention XRP, sorry. I totally wasn't, I just forgot. XRP actually had a nice bounce yesterday, too. XRP is actually up like 40% off the lows. Good shit. I mean, it's right back to its 52-cent stablecoin. Stablecoin, but hey, man, nice bounce there. It actually looks like that this trend line that we've been watching, we broke down, but looks like we actually might be just pumping back up and reclaiming, which is nice. Let's go back and check on Sol. Make it see if we liquidated a little pump yet. 148.43, not quite yet. We're $1.50 off. XRP is the future. Yeah, dude. I mean, listen, if the crypto market's gonna go up, everything goes up, even XRP. Even XRP. Verhoopty. Oh, by the way, it's Pete Murphy's birthday. Everyone say a happy birthday to Pete Murphy.
Strap up. We're going to the moon.
Shout out to Pete Murphy, man. Happy birthday, man. Hope you're doing good out there. Get yourself a nice juicy steak. I made a beef chuck today, guys. Beef chuck. Can you believe it? A beef chuck. I overcooked it a little bit. But it was still, I couldn't even finish the whole thing, man. It was delicious. Delicious. Delicious steak. Maz looked at it and go, oh my god, it's so fatty. And I go, yes. Give me all that fat. She didn't want to bite. Gerardo said, pound sand, Gary Gensler. Yeah, no news on Gary. I don't know. I think at this point, Gary's not going anywhere. I think a lot of us, were looking for Gary to get fired for a while. But I've always said this about Gary, if I know anything about conspiracy theories and stuff like that, I know people hate Gary because they're like, Gary's so anti-crypto. Is it really Gary? Is it really Gary, though? Or is someone influencing Gary? You know what I mean? Is it really Gary? I find it hard to believe it's really Gary. And the reason why I defend Gary is because Gary... say Gary. The reason why I defend Gary a little bit is because Gary... It's just funny when I say Gary. I don't know. It sounds like I'm talking about Gary from SpongeBob the Snail. Gary loved crypto. He taught classes on crypto in college before he became the chair. SEC chair. Not SEC chair, commissioner. How can you go 180 like that? So, for me, it's I don't want to defend Gary, but I've seen enough government movies and conspiracy theory shit that it's probably someone influencing Gary and telling Gary to do these things. Okay? You guys know who I'm talking about. Okay? There's a reason why all this crypto shit has mostly happened in the last 3 years. Okay? Most of this going after crypto and stuff like that has happened in the last, mostly actually I'd say the last 4 years, since 2020. Really started with the XRP stuff in 2020. So, I don't know. He's just a puppet. Yeah, they're all puppets, man. They're all puppets. It's conspiracy theory stuff, but I think you're naive to think that most of these people aren't just puppets for the higher world order shit, you know? Gary has very small balls. Victor, that was funny, man. Gary has very small balls. That was just random. Gary has very small balls. Gary's balls. If this is Gary, I gotta think Gary. Gary seems like the type of guy who would have one giant ball and then one really small ball, like that. Or that. You know? That's just me though. Anyways, let's go look at Sol. Come on, Sol. Let's take out a little pump. I'm ready to ride this market back up. Look at that close on Bitcoin, though. Beautiful close. Beautiful close, man. Above our box. Let's go, man. Let's freaking go. The only thing in the short term is just watch the CME gap fill. That's the only thing. Right? Like, as always, like, with any of these pumps, I'm not saying, like, okay, I'm bullish, but I'm not saying go, like, long right now. Okay? Not really talking about trading, to be honest. I'm just talking about, like, in general. Weekly, we're closing right at this previous weekly low. So we want to get back above that next week. We want to see close above 61.5 next week, right? Back above these weekly lows. And really just what we want to see next week from the stock market is like just a continued move up on the Russell. We want to see the small cap stocks continuing to move up, which would be really, really, really nice. The other thing I want to talk about is, real quick, a few things. I want to look at the long-term weekly Bitcoin chart. Let me just look at a few things. Let me check out the hash ribbons. Let me get rid of the weekly RSI. We still have 15 minutes. I guess let's wait. One thing I want to talk about is the global liquidity. So as we know, Bitcoin is very tied to the global liquidity. Usually when we see the global liquidity top, it's usually somewhere close to the Bitcoin top. Usually when we see the global liquidity bottom, that's usually somewhere towards the Bitcoin bottom. We're actually getting the global liquidity starting to move back up a little bit, right? It's actually the biggest increase that we've seen since January. And if you actually look, why this is pretty optimistic is, if you notice, whenever we see this global liquidity bottom, Bitcoin usually has a major bottom at that point, right? So here, Bitcoin bottomed here, global liquidity moved up. What is that? What does global liquidity mean? More money in the markets. Bitcoin bottoms here, right? Global liquidity bottoms here. Liquidity moves up, Bitcoin moves up. So what I would hope for here is global liquidity bottoms here and Bitcoin bottoms here, right? And if global liquidity can continue to move up, Bitcoin should move up, right? But actually, I think the fascinating thing is, and what gets me the most excited about Bitcoin in general is we've actually, this whole bull market for Bitcoin has actually been, like, unlike other bull markets, this is the pretty crazy shit for Bitcoin. And this is what gets you thinking about super cycle. This is what, like, as much as you don't want to be a moon boy, and I don't want to be a moon boy, like, I'm not going to be a moon boy, but this is the type of stuff that gets you thinking about super cycle for Bitcoin, is this whole bull run for Bitcoin has been when global liquidity has gone down, right? So look at, from the lows, we've seen global liquidity move down, and Bitcoin has gotten all the way back up to the all-time high with global liquidity down, right? If you look at other bull markets, we've seen global liquidity have to moon to move Bitcoin up, right? Global liquidity moons, Bitcoin moons. 2017, global liquidity moons, Bitcoin moons. But this one, we've actually seen global liquidity go down and Bitcoin still moved up 4x. Imagine if global liquidity starts moving up again. That's where shit could get real. That's where shit could get crazy. Because I think what this shows is, normally if this happened, you would expect Bitcoin to be at new bear market lows. But we've actually gone up back up to the highs. I think what this shows is, for once, Bitcoin's moving up not because of liquidity moving up, which is quite interesting. So like I said, my question is, for all the Bitcoin bulls, super bulls out there, what happens to Bitcoin if we actually start getting more liquidity in markets? That's what gets exciting. That's what gets really exciting, man. So we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. The other thing I want to talk about too is, we can't talk about it yet, is the hash ribbons, which should update hash ribbons Hash ribbons. I want to see if what we get, because usually we get the buy signal and the hash ribbons after Bitcoin gets a little move up. I don't think we're going to see it this week, but we're looking for that hash ribbons buy signal to give us just another signal. Another signal. And typically when we get that buy signal, Bitcoin does make new highs. Looking for that other signal to pop up just to give us even more confirmation. So, some good stuff, man. How's Bitcoin doing? Still chilling. Sol, still chilling. Still chilling like a villain. Arc Enemy said, come on, Jordan, you know you want to be a moon boy at least a little bit. I do want to be a little moon boy, but I've come a long way from my uber moon boy days, okay? I had my first arch nemesis month where I was bearish. Can you believe it? I was so proud of myself. And it will be again. And the next time you guys probably will hate me even more, because at that point you will even believe it less that the market could be bearish. Next time. You will believe it even less. Anyways. Weekly close, 7:50. We got 11 minutes. 11 minutes. What's the... Oh, how do you want to look at that? You can look at that as... Someone did it as an indicator. So you just type in global... Just type in global liquidity... If I can spell, that'd be nice. Liquidity... Liquidity. There we go. Index. And it's this one right here. Someone was nice enough to make it as an indicator. If you want to look at it. It's a good one to have, though. Because Bitcoin really just does follow that. But what's different is both the stock market and Bitcoin are both moving up without liquidity moving up, which is kind of interesting in a way. Kennedy! Kennedy, good to see you. Maybe that's why Pi Cycle top indicator looks that far from top. It could be. I mean, that's the other thing about Bitcoin, right? Is I love the Pi Cycle top indicator. I will not fade it this time if we do get up to where it crosses. If we look at the Pi Cycle top, which is this green and this orange moving averages, when they cross, that typically marks the Bitcoin's top. What's definitely interesting, I think a little bit, is it reminds, like this market right now reminds me so much of 2016, right after the halving in 2016. Why do I say that? Is because you see the Pi Cycle top, we know that it's not physically possible for these two moving averages to cross unless we get back above the green moving average. We have to be above the green moving average for these to cross, or else they'll never cross. The green moving average right now is at 96,000. 96,000. Why this reminds me kind of 2016, I'm not going to lie, is you see how the orange moving average started to slope down right here? And we rejected off the green moving average right here. So we came up, rejected off the green, had a pullback, and the orange moving average started to slope down. In 2021, we never had that, right? The orange moving average always was pointing up after COVID. But we had 2016, which was right here. We had the halving, which was right here, right? And then Bitcoin fell. And we basically first rejected off the green moving average. We came down. Bitcoin fell all the way below the orange moving average after the halving. And you can see this point right here where the orange moving average actually started to slope down. It was only slightly. Started to slope down right after the halving. And then we were able to reclaim back above. And that's when we finally, right, started to really push. So here we are. Orange moving average slightly slopes down. Here comes Bitcoin trying to move back up. If we get back above the orange, I don't know, man. It's starting to looks a lot like 2016. Looks a lot like 2016. At least to me. But we shall see. We shall see. Let's go back to BTC. Wayne's out of here. Wayne's not. I'm not into this tonight. Later. Wayne, what's wrong, man? What's wrong with Wayne? Why is Wayne? Are you good? Jeez, man. Wayne said I'm not into this tonight. Later. Wayne, I thought you would love tonight's stream. We were talking mostly about Bitcoin, how bullish I am on Bitcoin. Jeez, man. Have a good night, though. Boss was fat in 2016. Yes, I was very, very fat. The good thing is now is we're working towards that. Make it Canada. Creepy said too bullish. I disagree. I disagree. I done pissed off Wayne. We need you to be bearish. No, you don't need to be bearish. Me being bearish was correct for about 5 weeks straight. Now you want me to be bullish. You don't want me to be bearish, man. It's not fun when I'm bearish. It's not fun. He just came for the talk about Gary's balls. Matt D said good stream tonight. Wayne just probably not feeling it. I guess so. Wayne, I hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're doing good. Hope he's back tomorrow. I guess even the crab market's getting to Wayne. Jeez, I never even thought it would get to Wayne. You know what I mean? Shit. Anyways. We got 6 minutes. 6 minutes. 6 minutes. Until the weekly close. Flex. Yeah. That's why DJ, I've just said I'm not gonna talk about too many altcoins now because it's just too many. There's no pro of talking about individual altcoins. Everyone has their own favorite one. It was fun back in the day when there was only like maybe 100 altcoins people actually bought, which was basically 2020. There was like 100 altcoins people talked about. Now there's a million altcoins people talk about, and it's overwhelming, and it's overwhelming in a way, you know. So now, you know, my plan is we'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about Total 3 when it comes to altcoins, which is all you really need to do, to be honest. We'll talk about ETH, and we'll talk about some crazy shit. And if there's any crazy shit, I mean crazy shit. Is ETH flipping resistance? No, not yet. ETH technically is right at this little resistance right here. Technically. Technically speaking. Look at my altcoin. He said, look at my altcoin. A little sell off into the weekly close though. 60,750. 60,765. That's why Wayne left. He wants all altcoins. Yeah, I'm shocked. Wayne usually hates when I talk about altcoins. That's okay. CP said, well, you're here because of crypto. Got to talk about it, man. I mean, not necessarily. Not necessarily. I could be here just to talk about Bitcoin, really, if I wanted to. I could just be here talking about Bitcoin. You know? Which I think would perfectly suffice. Wayne's buying ADA right now? Michael said, I put 2K in Pepe. Will I be able to retire? Hopefully, man. I am no longer a Pepe holder. But I hope it does well for you, man. I am no longer in the Pepe army. And I'm perfectly okay willing to tell you guys that. All right? Not that I don't think Pepe can go higher. I do think it'll go higher. It's just I wanted to lock some gains in because it was a good runner for me. And I always said if I get good runners and I start to see some weakness, right, which was like right about right here, then I'm not going to ride everything. I'm not going to ride something that I had a good gain on all the way down, back down. Like, we're not doing that, right? So, this could be the bottom on Pepe now, and we bounce. And if it does, let's freaking go. But I've done my damage with Pepe. I'm happy with Pepe. And we move on to the next one. But I'll be rooting for the Pepeers. I'll always be rooting for the Pepeers. Every day. Why sell it all? I mean, listen. Biggest thing I learned too is whenever you sell something, people are going to hate on you for selling something. You're always going to get hate if you say I sold this coin, no matter what, right? So I'd rather just be honest. Like, if I sell something, I'm just going to be honest and tell you guys, like, you're always going to get hate. And it's going to go one or two ways. You know, and for me, it's like, when it comes to this current market, and when it comes to crypto in general, like, if you make a good amount of gains, you want to take some off the board. You want to take some off the board. And you might be saying, okay, why did you sell all of it? I don't know, I just wanted to. I mean, sometimes you just want to. You want to get to that point where you just want to sell all of something and move on to something else. You know, this is what it is. I don't really have a reason other than the fact that I think Pepe had a great run here. I mean, this isn't even the whole Pepe chart. I mean, the whole Pepe chart goes like all the way down here. I think Pepe had a great run, but as always, that's something that goes up 200x. I think there's some opportunities elsewhere too. Some better opportunities. I could be wrong, and if I'm wrong, that's fine, man. That's fine, man. I'll be wrong. That's fine. More BTC, more problems. I would argue less. More BTC, less problems. More BTC, less stress. That's the name of the game in crypto. More BTC, less stress. You said it was this Stikel's Doge. Yeah, my opinions can change though. That's the thing, you got to be able to change your mind on certain things at certain times. Never marry an altcoin, right? That's the thing. Like, they're all gonna have 95% bear markets again. Your best bet is you better not marry any of your altcoins thinking they're gonna change the world. They're gonna have a 95% bear market again once Bitcoin tops out. So don't marry altcoins. You can have a thesis, but don't be afraid to change your thesis. You know? Anyways, all right, we can close. We closed at a measly 61,887. So nice rebound, right? We kind of closed like right where I wanted to close above, so I want to see a better daily close than this tomorrow. Because we kind of closed right at 60,000, like right below 61,000, which is right kind of the top of this box. Want to see a little bit more oomph coming into next week, right? A little bit more oomph, a little bit more convincing close tomorrow if we're going to get it. The one thing I'll say going into next week is everything we talked about today is high time frame stuff. There's still a CME gap down here, right? I think at like 50, somewhere around 58,000, we have a CME gap. Just know, like, those usually get filled. They don't have to. There's many instances where they don't, but they do get filled a lot of times. So just watch out for that, like on Monday. Other than that, altcoins also closed right in the box I want to reclaim. Let's check the stock market going into tomorrow. Stock market, okay. This is exactly what we want to see going into this week. I was actually kind of worried about the stock market. I was like, basically is the stock market would be scared because of this like Trump shit. But no, you actually have the Russell is up 0.5%. Damn. After hours. That's pretty big. So this is exactly what we want to see. S&P and NASDAQ are up, but they're only up 0.1. The Russell's up 0.5. We want to see the Russell continue to outpace the NASDAQ. That means people are swapping into small cap stocks, which means people are willing to take risk. People are willing to take risk. They also put money into Bitcoin in crypto, which I also think is the other reason now we're seeing Bitcoin get a bounce, which is good stuff. So good stuff going to next week, man. Be prepared for the ETH ETF some point this week. I think the consensus is it's going to be this week, so look out for that. And yeah, man, if we get any other dips, I'm looking to buy. So if Bitcoin does want to fill the CME gap, I'm looking for more buys. And yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's basically it. I'm gonna get off. I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we take out Lil Pump after hours. And if we take out Lil Pump, I'll be on tomorrow nights, and we will have a little fun taking out Lil Pump short. All right. So adios, much love, peace out, and let's go, man. I'm ready for it. Let's play it. See ya.